Alright.
Yes.
Nicole Alvarado.
You have my full attention.
What kind of music do you listen to?
Everything. Excepting country music and gospel. I'm not a big fan of yodeling either.
Why don't you like country?
I think it sucks. I don't like the tune. I don't really like the instruments used. I don't like the things they talk about, although I guess it's kind of the same as everything else. I don't like the vernacular. I don't like the culture associated with country music. I think it's ignorant. Sorry.
Alright, who would you say is your favorite band or artist or singer?
Well, I'm a big fan of the Killers and the Shins, and I'm really liking Simon and Garfunkel right now. I've been in a funk. Yeah.
What kind of instruments are most appealing to you?
Piano. And I like the guitar, but I feel like that's a really cliche answer. I really like the piano, although I guess that's the other cliche answer.
And like the ocarina.
Nothing else really sounds as pretty. I mean, xylophones are kind of cool, but they don't really stir anything in me emotionally.
What kind of music do you think is the most...
Did you plan these questions, or are you just coming up with them?
I'm just coming up with them.
That's cool.
What kind of music do you think takes the most musical talent to create?
Classical music.
Because of all the components?
Yeah. You're not just... I just think it's the hardest. It's really hard to explain.
No.
All you have to do is listen to it to know. I mean, you're composing different parts for all manner of instruments, and you're trying to tell a story without words and still have everything sound cohesive, and not just cohesive, but like make it move you.
Do you think the language used in music makes a difference in the sound and how pleasing it is to people? Like English songs versus Spanish songs.
Oh, you mean like the actual language?
Yes.
You meant like the words. Yeah. But only because we're raised in a very xenophobic culture where the U.S. is the best and everything the U.S. makes is the best. So, of course, if it's in English, it's the best. Even if there's another song that sounds exactly like it, it's just in another language. It's even sung by the same person in another language. We won't listen to it as much because... But, I mean, also, you want to know what you're listening to.
What's your personal opinion? Do you think
like
it matters?
folk music. Not to me. It's just not as well circulated here.
Now, going back to the beginning of music and like tribal music and drums, do you think that, like, why don't you think that caught on as much? I mean, I don't know, I'm trying to get out.
Why it evolved?
I guess.
Because people evolve. Music reflects contemporary society. And the kind of music that stays with you and is cataloged in history, it's still there. It's just not listened to as wide a variety because it's not popular culture. It's what everyone is listening to. That's why it's called popular.
Let's see, what else can I think of?
Take your time.
Do you think that your music influences different parts of your life?
Oh yeah, definitely. I always wish I could have like a chip implanted into my head that would resonate sound waves into my brain so I could have a soundtrack to my life like all the time. Because there are so many times when I'm like sad or happy or I want to go do something, I'm like, this moment would be 1,000 times enhanced if I was listening to this song, but it'd be really inconvenient to have my headphones in because then I wouldn't be able to interact with anyone else. That's why I need that musical chip.
What do you think about rap?
Well, what about it?
Do you think that...
I don't think it's music, but I enjoy it. I enjoy it because it amuses me. I think it's funny. I think the whole rap culture is amusing because it's not realistic at all.
Well, there are this few who write about, like, their life story, and they call rap rhythm and poetry.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's music, but that's not really what's selling. What's selling is, you know...
Lil Wayne.
I was thinking more like that lip gloss song.
Oh, Lil Mama.
But I'm sure there's a lot of depth to that we're just not picking up on.
My lip gloss is poppin'.
Yep.
Class.
Or, you know, my personal favorite, the Grills song. That's my favorite rap song. It's a rap song entirely about teeth. I know all the words to it.
Do you like to give us a sample?
Oh, or Baby Got Back. I like that one too. Because they're funny. Those are funny.
Yeah, but they're not music.
It's got a beat and fun sound effects for when they curse.
Booty smacking.
It's not a sound effect, is it? Oh, that and Baby Got Back. Well, that's like a joke. I feel like that has to have been a parody of rap music. I don't think he meant for it to be, but I'm sure in like retrospective interviews, he's like, oh yeah, I meant for it to be a parody. But I think at the time, I mean, have you ever seen the video? He's standing on a whole bunch of giant butts. How do you take something like that seriously?
What do you... okay, musicians are very influenced by their, what's it called, public...
Image?
Sort of,
There are people who listen to them?
The people who make... the people who make their image.
The image makers.
No, it has a word. It's like PR, public...
Rep? Anyways, I know what you're talking about,
okay.
Jeez.
Anyways.
They're stylists.
Sure. How do you think they influence their music?
Well, they probably work in conjunction with a team of specialists who work night and day to create an image for these people, like Lady Gaga or Avril Lavigne, or any of those people who stand out as one particular kind of image. They didn't come up with it by themselves.
Weren't you doing research on Lady Gaga and the Illuminati?
I wasn't doing research. Melanie sent me a link from... Oh, no, they didn't. I didn't really understand it, and I don't believe it. I'm sorry, Melanie. It was interesting. But they were just trying to draw a whole bunch of symbolism from some of the clothes she wears and the symbols she uses. I think it's looking a little too deeply into Lady Gaga.
Where do you think pop music and the culture will be in 10 years?
Very Europop based. Like back to the whole Aqua thing. That's what I think.
Mm-hmm.
Very like computer heavy, and who knows, maybe they'll have like an electronic band by that point. Like you won't even need people because you can generate voices.
But what about like their image? Like, you know,
like
how
Xenon.
Well, like
Let's
how
just go with that.
Lady Gaga is kind of racy, and she wears...
Oh, you mean are they going to be like representing porn, basically?
Yeah.
Probably.
You think it's gonna get worse?
Yeah, it always does. We are going to get to the point where porn is not going to be like on special access channels anymore. I can promise you that.
They're playing on some channels like late at night.
Like HBO. You have to pay for HBO. I mean, I'm talking like public access. Sometimes, like, if you... What's it called? By the way, I have not done this. I've seen a lot of movies and I have a lot of guy friends. But like they say, if you go to the channels with white noise, like sometimes you can see the fuzzy outline of a person or hear stuff, but I feel like that's really stretching it. I mean, you have to have like the libido of a 12-year-old boy to want to see it that badly.
I think that's
satisfactory.
Can't think of anything else.
Alright, peace out.